This is how it was done. You see, and well, taking it right to the line. And then they would just pop this off. So you can see we're going to be working up a little bit of sweat today. Odysseus talking about Ewing timbers in his book. So it's been done for a long time. Most timber frame work done today, they're getting it directly from the mill, or else if it's plain directly, it's still from the mill. It's not kiln dried anything. It's green. Yeah, I don't know anybody, even the oak homes in England are made with green oak.
So you build for the shrink.
Yeah, and you're going to get some shrinkage, but it doesn't matter very much in joinery. All joinery is laid out from a reference base. Never from, you don't assume an even timber. I just like to put center lines in every direction just because I find them handy. We could make a mistake and we could use that line off at an angle, crooked or something like that, but it's nice to have these lines just to see where it actually was supposed to be so we don't repeat mistakes. So I always do the center lines. Create a notch so that my chalk line will rest in it. You know, when people snap chalk lines, I watch them on roofs or on floors or something like that. They don't care which way they're pulling the string, they just snap it. With a round log, the direction at which it's coming defines the plane. So you got to make an effort to snap straight up and down. If you snap this way, you're defining a plane that's going across the log like that, and that's not the direction we're ewing. So I tend to want to make sure I'm going straight up and down. Usually when I tell people take it down to the line, this is what they do. Because they're looking at it this way, they're not seeing, I'm saying get it to the line. You got to come down on it. Okay? Get those score marks to the line. Bring it down so it's relatively straight. If you start getting a lot of wood, you can't do it this way. You have to do it, cut out a little wedge. All right? And we'll cut out, I don't know if you've ever seen old timbers in barns. If you go into an old barn and you see the timber on the wall and it seems to have a score mark about every foot apart, and that would take it, this is just all roughing it out. Okay, so this is scoring. Scoring like scarring. It leaves these things called jogs. This is juggling or joggling. Getting that off of there. Alright. This is a right-handed axe. The log is to my left. You left-handed, log is to your right.
I think right.
Okay.
I'm on right
And right hand forward on the axe. A lot of people think it should be left hand forward, but for ewing it's right hand forward. Ewing is not chopping, it's slicing. Now I'm going to start slicing across the wood. The easiest wood to use, we got some here, it's fir and pine. We do have some fir here. The more tougher woods are going to be the spruce.
So are you pulling it toward yourself to slice?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It keeps the axe from getting caught in its own curve. If you just go thud, 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 you're not cleaning up your curves. But if you have a little bit of a slicing motion to it, it cleans up the curve.
What's a kerf?
The curve, this is a curve.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm actually sort of using that curve to my advantage.
Right.
Because what happens, it's hard to hit your line. This is the part everybody says, how do you do that? Well, to start with, you got to get the line opened up. Once the line's opened up, the axe is actually allowed to make contact with the wood just above where I want to do it. So the axe is always being guided into the curve.
Right.
Every axe has a different bevel. Understanding the bevel, which is only going to be by playing with the axes, you'll learn to make contact. If you find that you're glancing off all the time, you're too straight, you're not allowing the axe to make proper contact. So you got to tip it out a little. If you find you're really gouging in, you're too far. Straighten out a little bit. because you just want to skin off.
Easy to lose it.
Yeah, and if you keep missing,
Yep. That means I
It
need
means
to tilt it
you're-
more in, right?
yeah, but you want to be tilting in so you're not gouging. First thing I usually do is I just get the corners off it, just because it's easier to shape it on the draw horse. This is a shave horse. It operates. It's a clamp that's foot operated. So what I'm going to do is keep moving it around, take off mostly the high points until it starts to develop a rounder shape. Pretty much all there is to it. We just start with wood, we split it into blocks, and then we just shape it into a peg. Bridle joint, you know, it comes in like that. We're going to eventually have a square mortise in here that's going to go right through. The post is going to go right through this and halfway through, and right up to here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be locking all this
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
The drop is 3 inches. So from here to here is 3 inches. From here down is going to be 3, because it's at 45.
So you just sort of step drill it then.
What I do is I'll drill this part out, and I might drill even into here, because it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll drill straight down. Once I get it straight down, then I just set this chisel at a 45-degree hammer. I just slam in there, and it pops that chunk out.
on.
It sits this way.
Use
or
this kerf
way.
and fall into it, yeah. And slice.
Okay. And lay it out at
Good.
the level.
Oh my god. This is better than aerobics class.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she's gonna learn. She's going right in with the big axe right away. All right, going up. Okay, step down there. Going in that spot. Going in that spot. We're going up.